habits lead to late nights and then alone conversations with a stranger I barely know. Swearing this will be the last, but it probably won't. I got nothing left to lose or use or do. My bad habits lead to white eyes staring into space, and I know I lose control of the things that I say. Yeah, I was looking for a way out, now I can't escape. Nothing happens after two. It's true, it's true. My bad habits lead to you. My bad habits lead to you. My bad habits lead to you. Every pure intention ends when the good times start. Falling over everything to reach the first time spark. Started on a neon light and then it all got dark. I only know how to go too far. My bad habits lead to nights and then alone conversations with a stranger I barely know. Swearing this will be the last, but it probably won't. I got nothing left to lose or use or do. My bad habits lead to white eyes staring into space, and I know I lose control of the things that I say. Yeah, I was looking for a way out, now I can't escape. Nothing happens after two. It's true, it's true. My bad habits lead to you. My bad habits lead to you. We took the long way round and burned till the fun ran out. My bad habits lead to late nights and then alone conversations with a stranger I barely know. Swearing this will be the last, but it probably won't. I got nothing left to lose or use or do. My bad habits lead to white eyes staring into space, and I know I lose control of the things that I say. Yeah, I was looking for a way out, now I can't escape. Nothing happens after two. It's true, it's true. My bad habits lead to you. My bad habits lead to you. My bad habits lead to you. I believe that we will be in love eternally. Well, as far as I can see, you will always be the one for me. Oh, yes, you will. And I believe in dreams again. I believe that love will never end. And like the river finds the sea, I was lost. Now I'm free, 'cause I believe in you and me. I will never leave your side. I will never hurt your pride. When all the chips are down, babe, then I will always be around, just to be right where you are, my love. You know I love you, boy. I will never leave you out. away to places no one's ever been. Deep inside, can't you see that I believe you and me? Maybe I'm a fool, feel the way I do. I've played a fool forever, just to be with you forever. I believe in miracles, in love's a miracle, and yes, it may be my dream come true. I was lost. I'm free. Only because I believe, I do believe in you and me. See, I'm lost, now I'm free. 'Cause I believe in you and
The Western Cape Blood Services needs blood donors, and we need your help. If you are between the ages of 16 and 75, weigh 50 kilograms or more, you are healthy on the day of donation, and lead a safe sexual lifestyle, we encourage you to download the WCBS app and donate blood. Download the WCBS app on Android and iOS. It will help you find the closest blood donation clinic, sets reminders for donating, and also gives you access to your digital donor card. Download, donate, do good.
Erfenismaand het nog nooit so lekker gesmaak nie. Het julle geweet, J&M Famous Biltong het gekoppel met die iconic Six-Gun Grill handelsmerk vir 'n smaak wat jou sommer sal laat sê, "Jo, die is mos next level my broer." Elke byt is vol flavour, perfek vir daai braai snack, vir padkos op die roadtrip of net vir daai ek lus nou vir iets lekker moment. Nou beskikbaar in supermarkets en by J&M Famous Biltong winkels. Gaan proe hom. Jy sal self sien.
Working Mama magazine is about supporting moms who juggle work, business, and raising kids. Our goal is to empower these moms, whether they have a job or running their own business. We want to create a community where moms can find inspiration, practical advice, and support to succeed at work, business, and home. We celebrate the strength of working moms, encourage connections, and believe in a culture that values the many roles women play in today's busy world.
Contact us via WhatsApp on 071-871-6601 or email please fisher@workingmamaza.com. For advertising, email advertising@workingmamaza.com.
This is Afrikaap Radio, playing the music 24/7 in your dial.
A wise man once said, "Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It's the courage to continue that counts." This is Walk to Wellness with Alton Davids, right here on Afrikaap Radio.
right, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to Afrikaap Radio, where we have conversations on a range of different topics every week. Every Wednesday, or most Wednesdays, the show it happens between 8 and 10 p.m. South African time, GST time. If you tuned in from around the country, welcome. If you tuned in around the globe, thank you for choosing Afrikaap as your radio of choice. And thank you for being part of the show. My name's Alton. I'm the host, and it's going to be an interesting show. An interesting show because we're going to have conversation, you and I, around a topic that has surfaced over this last week in my head and in my heart, and people around me have been talking about it. So I thought, let's unpack it. Let's have a conversation. I'd like you to join the conversation, whether you're on my Facebook, YouTube, Insta, or send a message on our in-studio WhatsApp line on +27069 245 9543. And the topic is understanding a sense of entitlement. And what got me going around this topic was the fact that I received a few. Let's go disclaimer first. So the disclaimer is the show is often based around what happens in my world and what I hear and what I see on a week-by-week basis. And I build a little bit of a profile around the things that's happening in the world that I see and the world that I experience. So today's no different. I had various conversations with a range of different people who believe that things happen to them because they are. And I was like, that sounds like fun. Let's have a conversation around that. So the sense of entitlement is the feeling that the world owes you. The world owes you everything. And that got me thinking, who owes you anything? Is it something you earn? Is it something you believe? Is it something you develop? Or what gets you going? And I had a conversation with one of my clients last night, and I used the concept of respect. Respect is earned, but yet people feel they're entitled to it. So, as a position of office, let's go there. So, a position of office, without being incriminating to anybody, let's say a teacher, easy, considering this current dilemma we face out in one of our schools here in Cape Town. Let's go as a teacher. So, as a teacher, the profession of teaching recognizes you as the leadership of learners, and therefore you you gain the respect and have the respect of the pupils, by and large, by virtue of your position. However, you can lose that. It doesn't mean that you're entitled to it, that automatically it's given to you. You also need to learn the respect, learn to share the responsibility and build the respect with other people. So a simple definition of entitlement is a belief that one deserves certain privileges or special treatment without earning them. So what do you think? Jump in on the conversation. Tell me what you think. Do you believe you deserve, by virtue of you, A, being on this planet, B, having a surname? Because often people believe, because my grandfather or my parents or somebody did something, I must have. I can think of many examples, and I'll use one in particular, with no disrespect to anybody. The church that my parents belong to, or attend, is the same church that both my grandparents belong to. And like many churches, when you have gone to the church for a number of years, you get given a seat. And that seat is your seat. Now, some people will say there's no booking seats in a church. And I agree. Yet people who come consistently every week, whether they're seat warmers or whether they actually participate in the service, we're not going to get into that conversation. They have a particular seat and nobody dares sit on their seat until 2 minutes before the service. And then it looks like you're not coming, so someone else will sit in your seat. And for me, that is a sense of entitlement. You deserve and you have that privilege to sit there because you've been sitting there for so long. But it does not exclude someone else from sitting on that seat. And often people get very irate when when a visitor comes to that particular church and they sit on that seat, and they're like, "You need to move." And the person like, "Why? This is my seat. I've seen it. And it baffles my brain because people believe that they are entitled to that special treatment because they've been going there for so long. Am I wrong in my thinking? Jump in the conversation. Tell me your thoughts. Am I going crazy? Because it's something that has been gnawing at my head from day dot. From the time I went to Sunday school, my grandfather sat in the second row on the end, in the middle pew, and I couldn't understand. And we as a family had to sit behind him because he was my grandmother, and then there was 3 other people, and then my parents had the seat in a row behind him, and we had to join in with him. And now that both my grandparents are dead, we now, because my parents go there regularly, have assumed that seat. No disrespect to my parents, no disrespect to anybody. I'm just trying to illustrate the point that we accept the entitlement when it matters. We accept the entitlement of that these things are due to us as the result of something. That's essentially what it is. The person who jumps in a queue because they feel they deserve it for whatever reason. The employer who believes they deserve an increase even though they've been late or not even coming to work. But by virtue of their presence at work, the virtue that they get a paycheck every month, they believe they're entitled to get an increase. Or is it someone, your partner, who believes that they deserve your praise, they deserve your accolades, they deserve everything that you must give them, but doesn't always reciprocate? Those are some of the things we're going to explore, and I'd like your thoughts. I'd like you to join in the conversation, because this could be a nice, robust conversation. Whether you're on my Facebook, Insta, YouTube, or on our in-studio WhatsApp line on +270 692459543. I don't always remember the number, so I must check. So yeah, let's unpack some of these things. Because for me, I'm trying to get my head around how we build this, how we unpack and try and understand this thing called entitlement. This beast that people say they deserve better. Or it's not my job to do that, it's someone else's job. Don't waste my time with these menial things. Why would you ask me to do that? Why do you want me to say thank you? Because that's not, I'm above that. You must just do it because it's me. And that's for me, that is something else. That is as a result of a lack of this. If the song comes up, we'll play it. This one. No?
What you want, baby, I got it. What you need, you know I got it. All I'm asking is for a little respect when you just a little bit
wise man once said, "Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It's the courage to continue that counts." This is Walk to Wellness with Elton Davids, right here on Afrikaap Radio.
All right, good evening and welcome. If you just tuned in, my name is Alton. I'm the host of a show called Walk to Wellness, brought to you every or most Wednesdays by All My Sports SA. And today is no different. Unfortunately, next week I will not be here because I'm traveling yet again. Work has got me going in all directions, which is I'm blessed to have work. But that's not why we're here. We are here to talk about the sense and the concepts around entitlement. That song by Aretha Franklin speaks about respect. My question is, do you have respect? Or do people just demand respect? Purely because they accept that you will give them the respect, A, by virtue of their position, B, by virtue of their surname, C, by virtue of what they have. So, my question that I always ask, or something that troubles me, is people perceive success by materialism. What you have and what you show is how people see you and how people show you respect, or you expect people to show respect. Purely because society makes us believe that that success is built around what we have. So, as an example, you drive the latest car, you have the best shoes, you have the latest iPhone, you have the latest I don't know, whatever it may be, brand of clothing. Does that really mean that you are successful? Does that really mean that you have arrived, as they say? Does that mean, in Aretha Franklin's words, that people will respect you? And because you think people respect you, because you have the physical attributes by what society believes are tokens of success, you are now entitled to certain privileges. And it gets me going. Because just because I have certain possessions doesn't mean I am entitled to certain things. Doesn't mean because I wear a certain brand of clothing or I do certain things that it entitles me to have a particular privilege of sorts. Whatever that privilege may be. I don't know. There are different types of privileges. It may be a privilege of getting things first, standing in the front of the queue. It may be, I don't know, I'm not in your space. How would you define entitlement? Is what I'd like to know from you. On our WhatsApp line, on my Insta, on my YouTube, on my Facebook. How do you define it? Psychologists believe, wait for it, that because parents have overprayed and under-disciplined their children, they believe they are entitled to it. So because I have this false sense of grandiose, this false sense of that I am because my parents have made me to believe, oh my child, you are the best thing in the class, you are the best thing since sliced bread. My life would never have been so fulfilled without you. And yet, as a result of that, you don't get punished for things you do, because in the words of many people I've spoken to, I want to give my child better. My child must have a better life than I have. And I'm like, great. So your child can do whatever they want, because when you were growing up, you were disciplined. And look how you turned out. Are you a bad person? I don't think so. But now we allow our children to go through space and time without discipline because of this wonderful new constitution that we have. Maybe not so new, but enshrined in there are the rights of children, which we discussed last week with Natasha to a lesser degree. And in there it speaks about corporal punishment and the question that I then have is, because we're not allowed to discipline our children by hitting them, there are other forms of punishment. And I see Caroline Peters is tuned in on Insta, and she can attest to the prevalence of physical abuse of parents towards children. My question then is, at what level and how do we discipline our children? Shawnee on the WhatsApp line says, so life successes is not based on material things, in my opinion. Because material things, as quickly as it comes, can go. She says, then life happens and you lose all your material gain. 100% Shawnee. And as a result of that, our lives should not be based on materialism. But society makes us believe that. Society makes us believe that everything we have, everything we own, is as a result of our hard work, number one. Number two, it's a result of all the challenges that we face and how we have overcome them. And three, it is as a reward of what we've done. Yes, I agree. It's a reward of what I've done. But as Shawnee says, as quickly as it comes, as quickly as it can go. So, physical wealth, personal health, can be taken away as quickly as you have it. In a flash. In an absolute flash, you could walk outside, you can trip, you can fall, you can be paralyzed. Literally within 10 seconds, your life could significantly change. I work with, yesterday actually, one of my stroke patients was saying to me, within an hour, my life changed completely. I'm 9 years later, a stroke patient, and I'm sitting in the space where I can't use my left arm and my left leg. And yet I had the best life. I had a caring parents. I had no debt. I was doing the job I loved. It was the best job ever. And all of that was taken away within an hour. She had a stroke at work. She collapsed. They phoned a mother. A mother came to fetch her, took her to hospital, got to hospital, had another stroke. And the second stroke paralyzed her. And for her, it was the biggest challenge of coming to terms with it. My other stroke patient sent me a message earlier, because someone we know has been diagnosed with cancer and is given a few months to live. And she sent me a message. Let me get it. No names mentioned. And a message sent to me was, where we? And I think I'm bad off. I'm grateful for God's grace and the loving, supportive circle of friends. I'm lying in my bed and smelling roast potatoes and roast chicken. That is a blessing in itself. Says someone who suffered a stroke as the result of someone else's actions. And often our lives change as the result of someone else's actions. Let me use an analogy of a divorce. We spoke about it a few weeks ago with Natasha, about the consequences of divorce and the processes around it. But divorce is as the result of one particular person's actions, results in that whole system and structure of marriage disintegrating. So just because you're living a good life, just because things are working out according to what you think and plan, doesn't mean that it's going according to someone else's plan. And therefore, as a result of the fact that you in a relationship or in a marriage, you are entitled to certain privileges, 100%. But it comes with responsibility. It comes with knowing that in and around all of this, it could be taken away in a flash. It could disappear just as quickly as it's come. As quickly as any relationship builds, it can be lost. And therefore, we need to be on our guard all the time in terms of having to be a better person, having to engage responsibly as an adult. So entitlement often allows and develops people to grow up without boundaries, because we believe that our needs are more important than someone else's needs, and our wants are more important than someone else's wants. Sometimes it's rooted in the sense of, in a deep sense of insecurity, in a deep sense of believing that I am more valuable. And what got me thinking around that was, how do we get to a space where I feel that I'm more important than you? Is it because of where I grew up in terms of my living address? So if I grew up in a more affluent area versus someone who's grown up in poverty on a scale of on the what they call an LSM scale. So if I'm an LSM 3 versus an LSM 7, by virtue that I earn more than you, I'm entitled to do more and get into the queue faster. I'm entitled to do things better, because what do you need it for? I have a busy life. I have better things to do than waste my time standing in a queue as opposed to you. And often those are the kinds of conversations and things that people don't understand, because you don't have the hard conversation. It's a sense of almost a sense, and so I'd like to think of a need as something we desperately need and have and must get. So food, water, those of you who are long-time listeners of the show, we spoke about the pyramid. Shucks, now it escapes me. The different. Oh, I'm gonna Google it quickly, because now I am totally confused. I forgot what it was. The pyramid. What is this thing called? Anyway, so I lost my train of thought. So we have this levels of need, right? Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So right at the very beginning, 2 years ago, we spent an enormous amount of time unpacking Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So our basic needs is food, shelter, and a sense of comfort at the basic level. Then we move up to love and appreciation, all the way up to all the frilly stuff, right? So are my needs more important than my wants? And a want is something that I could do without, but it's something I want because it's by virtue of me. It's virtue of who I am. It's virtue of my stature in society. I want to have. And as a result of that, we kind of veer towards the want because the needs are kind of taken care of using the LSM model. So the LSM model is level 1 is abject poverty. You have no food, you have nothing. Level 10 is you are stinking rich, you have enough of everything, and you can supply 3 or 2 or 5 or 10 people at your level. Sorry, so LSM 3 is kind of LSM 3 to LSM 5 is below, is just below middle class. So let's use that as a base. As LSM 5, I now want to have and move into a better space. But in order to do that, I need to potentially earn extra money through working longer hours, and I need to do X, Y, and Z because I want to move out of where I stay into a better area. For my children. It's never for me. It's always for the children. My children must go to a better school. My children must do this. My children must do that. And it comes at a price. And that price, when we get to that space, we now believe that we are entitled to get more because now we're at a higher level. We've now achieved more because now other people are not where we are. Other people have not put through the sacrifice. Other people have not done what we've done. So how do we not get those special things? And that for me blows my mind because just as much as you've worked, someone else has worked. So it's not always about arrogance. It's about emotional neediness. It's about that space where people are externally loud, externally. So psychologists believe that people use an external front to hide the internal feelings. So it's like an onion. At the core of the onion is the softest part, and it's got layers around it that support it and cushion it. And we are like those onions. We have multiple layers within us or around us that shapes us. And only once you start peeling back those layers do you get to understand the real person. You get to understand the man behind the mirror. You get to understand who the real person is. And you get to understand that there are new opportunities within each other for growth, for understanding, for belief. And unless we get to that point of unpacking all those layers, and those layers develop as a result of lived experiences. Lived experiences in the sense that whatever's happened to me, I learn from it and it creates a barrier. You know what people say, no, he's got a wall, so you can't come close to him because he doesn't allow anybody close. Or she doesn't allow anybody close. They're not emotional. They're not emotional because they've been hurt. They're not emotional because they've been broken down far too many times, and they've built this layer around them so that their innermost beings don't get disrupted yet again. And in that same space, we have this sense of neediness, the sense of longing, the sense of belief that all people are good. All people want some sense of connectivity. Because let's face it, we weren't placed on this earth to be solo. But along with that path comes a range of other challenges that makes us not want to get there. We've been hurt, we've been disappointed, we've been used, we've been abused. And as a result of that, we now take a complete step back out of the firing line, as it were, and say, no, that's not for me. I don't want to be part of that. And yes, sometimes I say that about relationships. And I've told this on this show many times. But there's opportunities for growth. None of us are perfect. None of us are infallible. None of us are untouchable. It's about understanding the fragility of our egos, the fragility of our innermost being that shapes us to be uniquely and special in each other's spaces. And as much as we intertwine with each other, we need to be unique and stand on our own 2 feet. Because just as I need you, you need me. It's a symbiotic relationship. Not one sector or person should be demanding more of you than is required. And as a result of that, that emotional neediness kind of backs down. That emotional neediness kind of takes a backseat because my cup is being filled in one way or another. My cup is being filled in the sense that people are now sharing with me. People are now engaging with me. And I can do the same. It results in us having a better sense of personal awareness, a sense of gratitude, a sense of perspective of how we see and what we want to do. I'm about to give you a shocker. So everybody uses this lovely word. It's a lovely word because it is like I love you, like I miss you. From my perspective, this word is the most used word I've heard in all of my adult life. Can anybody guess what it is? This word, and for me, it drives me insane because everybody talks about it, everybody says it, but is it real? Everybody says that there's this thing called narcissistic behavior. Oh, he's such a narcissist. She's such a narcissist. Narcissistic personality disorder is one of many different personality disorders. I agree. It's a real thing. It's a mental condition that makes us have this overemphasis of ourselves. What they call it, the grandiose perspective of me. I have arrived. I am it. It's the deep sense of attention, of admiration, that I deserve everything at the cost of somebody else. It's that sense of you belong here to serve me. It's that sense of self-importance. It's that sense of you give me, you do what I say. It's the most typical sense of entitlement I've ever seen, or I've seen and is an example of, because it's the most typical space where someone believes that everything is about them. It's that most typical space where people don't respond well to criticism. They perceive that everything that you say against them is a negative, is a personal attack. It makes them they are also very manipulative. Don't get me wrong. They're also very arrogant. They're also very demanding. And they portray a real poor sense of self-control. So for me, and I'm going to go through some of the narcissistic behaviors, just because I think it's important, so people understand that it's not misquoted. Because the minute someone wrongs you, you feel that you are entitled to call that person a narcissist. It's like a pot calling the kettle black. Just because someone says something or hurt you, they are now the narcissist. And you are squeaky clean. So you can now stand there, hands raised, and say, yeah, it ain't me, baby. It's somebody else. So let's look at some of the characteristics of being a narcissist. It's an exaggerated sense of self-importance, of acknowledging the achievements of their talents, and they believe that they are the chosen one. And I can think of a few people in the media who believe that they are the chosen one. One person particularly who calls herself the chosen one, who's causing untold drama in sport currently. And if you follow the news, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And I'm sure she'll pick it up on my Facebook, because she's on my Facebook. But it's that over-exaggerated sense of self-importance. It's the I in everything, as opposed to the we. It's that person who believes that everything in this life centers around them. If you don't look at them when they walk in the room, they feel like you are beneath them. You need to acknowledge their presence. You need to make them feel that they are important. It's that sense of admiration that when they walk in, you must, hi, welcome, nice to see you. Lovely outfit you're wearing, nice shoes you have on. It's that constant sense of reassuring them that they are important. It's that sense of belief that they are and have arrived. Yet the converse is true. They have the massive inability, I would think. It may be an unwillingness. More importantly, I think, not the inability, but the unwillingness to recognize other people's feelings. Because they are so self-absorbed. You know, it's like a racehorse. Have you ever seen a racehorse? A racehorse has got these blinkers on the side of their heads. They can't see their competition. All they need to do is focus on their goal. And these wonderful people that we all call narcissists, I believe, are like racehorses. They couldn't care continental about anything or anybody else but themselves, because all they're focused on is looking at themselves and looking at where they are going and what they need to achieve. They don't have peripheral vision. And as a result of that, they are so focused, they believe that they deserve special treatment even without earning it. They believe that they have and need that sense of self-importance. They have that sense of knowing and feeling and being, because I am who I am. And you don't tell me what you want. You get what I give you. You get what is coming to me. And that for me is a real challenge. Over and above that, because I have that sense of belief that I am all powerful, I exploit everybody around me for my own benefit. I exploit them beyond their belief, to the point where some people would say my cup is empty, because I've been drained by my partner. I've been drained by my boss. I've been drained by whomever, because all they want is about them. They have a sense of haughtiness. And I have to think carefully about this word haughtiness. Haughty, haughty. If someone is haughty, it means they are extremely arrogant, they're conceited, and they believe that they are far superior to anybody else. And many people believe that they are this haughty person. It sounds horrible. It's not even a word that we use often. But psychologists use this word, haughty. And they say that it refers to a feeling of superiority that shows itself in an overbearing and unfriendly attitude. It refers to a feeling of superiority, feeling of superiority that shows itself in an overbearing and unfriendly attitude. Synonyms include arrogant, supercilious, and proud, patronizing, and demanding attitude towards others. Amanda says on YouTube, I deserve, I need, I want, I must, others have too. Number one, and this comes from a result of childhood trauma, abuse, and areas that are not dealt with, and systematic issues faced. 100% Amanda. So let's take a step back. Amanda's opened the door. I've said this before, and I'll continue saying this. Every single one of us on planet Earth suffers from a sense of abandonment. Let me repeat that. Every single human being on planet Earth has suffered a sense of abandonment. Because at every single juncture in our lives, we were abandoned, soft abandoned. But what I mean by soft abandonment, we attach ourselves to our parents. Our parents leave and go to work. We attach ourselves to a caregiver, whether it be a nanny, whether it be a teacher. They leave us because we're going to another state, another class, we're going somewhere else. We attach ourselves to our partner, and at some point they leave because they have to go to work or to whatever they need to do. So at every juncture in our lives, we have a sense of abandonment. And that sense of abandonment obviously multiplies every single day. It's something you and I don't think about because it just happens without us even realizing it. It then creates a multiplied approach and feeling of nobody cares. Nobody loves me because I'm all alone. Everybody's leaving me. And as a result of that, Amanda, the systematic issues that you talk about is one of them. The sense of soft abandonment is one of the issues that has resulted in people becoming narcissistic, because no one's going to do that to me again. I will be in control. I will take charge, and I will be in charge of everything. Childhood abuse, childhood trauma. Caroline is more equipped to speak about this. But safe to say, from my perspective, when someone is abused, there's that sense of hurt, betrayal, denial that this has actually happened. And how they deal with it is often the challenge. In most cases, they don't deal with it. And then they have to go and they get stuck. And we spoke about being stuck 2 weeks ago from a Sigmund Freud perspective. where you get stuck at a particular phase in your life and you battle to get out. And then what happens is it's all you get.
Hello, Afrikaap listener worldwide. We need your help. It's that time of the year again. The 2025 Telkom Radio Awards South Africa are here. And the Afrikaap Online Radio, AKR, is in the running for the biggest prize of them all, Top SA Radio Station. Your vote is crucial. Every single click on the Telkom Radio Awards page can help us bring home the gold. It's easy. Just go to telkomradioawards.co.za. Find us there and vote for Afrikaap Online Radio. Make your vote for AKR count. Thank you in advance for helping your favorite station win.
Cold weather doesn't have to mean dull, cracked skin.
This winter, let Skin Clays wrap you in their rich, natural body butters, soothing soaps and lush facial range made with African clay and nourishing oils that hydrate, heal, and leave you glowing. It's skincare that feels like self-care, affordable luxury for women and men straight from the earth. Shop now at www.skinclays.co.za and let Mother Nature nurture you.
The Western Cape Blood Services needs blood donors, and we need your help. If you are between the ages of 16 and 75, weigh 50 kilograms or more, you are healthy on the day of donation, and lead a safe sexual lifestyle, we encourage you to download the WCBS app and donate blood. Download the WCBS app on Android and iOS. It will help you find the closest blood donation clinic, sets reminders for donating, and also gives you access to your digital donor card. Download, donate, do good.
This is Afrikaap Radio, playing the music 24/7 on your dial.
A wise man once said, "Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It's the courage to continue that counts." This is Walk to Wellness with Alton Davids, right here on Afrikaap Radio.
All right, welcome back. If you've just tuned in, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever in the world you are tuned in to Walk to Wellness, brought to you by All My Sports SA. My name's Alton Davids. I'm the host of the show, and every week when I'm here, most weeks, rather, we have conversation on various topics. Tonight is no different. We're talking about the sense of entitlement. For those who've just tuned in, let me just refresh you. It's a belief that one deserves certain privileges or special treatment without earning it. It's privileges and gifts and things that we get without earning it. We spoke a little bit about a narcissist and people, as Amanda put it, I deserve, I need, I want, I must have. And it comes as a result of, and from her perspective, and I agree with her, childhood trauma, abuse, and issues that are not dealt with, and systemic challenges that people have faced over their time. And I bridged the conversation with a concept of soft abandonment, where, from my perspective, I believe that all of us have been abandoned at some point, or continuously being abandoned as a result of people leaving us in different ways every single day, whether it's an emotional separation, a physical separation. People leave us, and that leads us to another component of the conversation. But the song by the New Radicals, "You Get What You Give," is quite apt, because if you give negativity and you give this sense of entitlement, people are going to move away from you. Because often people don't want to be around negative people. Often people don't want to be around what people call a narcissist. Because we live in this world of a microwave time, as I call it. A microwave time where I want things now because it's now, it's now, it's now. And social media has made us to believe that that's how it is. I I had a friend come visit me today, and I said to him, I said, Jumbo, are you hungry? He said, yeah. It's okay. Give me 5 minutes and I'll make us something. And look, give me 5 minutes to make something. I said, yeah. Take me 2.5 minutes to boil 4 eggs, 2 minutes to make a slice of bread, to put mayo on there, 1 minute for the egg to cool down. There's your 5 minutes, my friend. It's literally, that's how we live. Everything is calculated, everything is planned. It must happen now. You know, in the old days, just to boil the water, put the water on the stove in the pot, and you wait for the water to boil, and then you put the eggs in with a spoon, and then you let it. Then you put on the egg timer and you time it. Now I just took the hot water, put it in a bowl, put the eggs in, 2 minutes flat. Thank you very much. There we go, hard-boiled eggs. How has life changed like that? How in your world have you simplified things? And by simplifying things, it changes the way we see and the way we do. We have the sense of empowerment. It says, I will do something. I will make it work. I will plow my efforts to make sure that things happen. Where the sense of entitlement says, I deserve this. I don't need to be working for this. It's there because I am a person. So, in a separate conversation this morning I had with someone who said, why are you not using social media differently? I said, what do you mean? He says to me, you've got 5,000 people on your Facebook page. How are you not harvesting this? I'm like, whoa. Explain this harvesting term to me. And he says, because you have so many people on your Facebook page and on your socials, why are those people not coming to your premises for treatments? Is it an interesting concept? That's the definition of harvesting. We've now planted, and now we need to harvest and reap what we sow. And I said to him, as great as that concept is, harvesting is not something that happens, from my perspective, as an active opportunity. Other people go out and they pay for ads and they do things to get it. And he said, no, you're entitled to this. And I said, explain this. What does it mean for you to say that I'm entitled to this harvesting? And his answer was, you've put in 3 decades of hard work in the sporting space. You've worked tirelessly doing whatever you did, and now you're entitled to get people. You're entitled for people to come to you and say, can you help me? You're entitled for people to show you respect because of who you are. I looked at him and said, no, I don't think like that. And he said, but why not? I said, because I'm not entitled to it. I believe that I have achieved 100%. I believe that I have been successful. Again, not in terms of the world sees it in terms of materialism, but in terms of impact. And I believe that I have delivered on the mandate that I've been given. But I'm not entitled to anything. Because I've still got to work for it. I've still got to prove every single day that I'm deserving of the next opportunity. Because that is what it's about. It's not about believing that it's there for you. And some people the fun part of my job is I get to speak to 10, 15, 20 people, maybe not in a day, but every hour, every second hour, I'm having a different conversation with different people on different things. So my day is never boring. My day is never simple. It's a challenging and exciting day for me. And one of my clients today was saying, I've moved down from Kimberley for love. Oh wow, that's brave. Yeah, I moved down because I fell in love with a woman that I met in Potch. We worked together. She came back home. I decided to follow her, and I've been without work since January. Okay, but I believe, I must get a job. I'm like, why? Because I've been in sales for 16 years. I ran this business and that business, and I've done this, and a sales manager, and all of these things, and nobody wants to employ me. But they should, because I've got the experience. I can't understand why I'm not getting this job, a job. And I said it's because you believe you must get the job, as opposed to understanding that you are one of maybe 1,000 people. And for me, the stark reality or the realization of that hit me home last week. So before I go, Renee says on Facebook, harvesting, you're not entitled to it, but you are deserving of it. 100% Renee. I'm deserving of it. I'm not entitled to it, but I don't take it for granted. And that's the difference. People believe that as a result of what they've done or not done, it must just come. Nothing just comes. So one step back, I was involved in the Cape Town Marathon, and I needed 40 additional people of the 2,000 people I had to oversee and provide work for. And I sent out a request to a few people. My gosh. I said, I'm looking for a few people to work Saturday and Sunday. I'm prepared to pay. My friend, I got almost 1,800 responses in no less than 6 hours. That is the magnitude of people looking for work. And I was dumbstruck by how many people actually sent in the details. Yet we take all of these things for granted, and we accept that we have. Yet there are others who do not have as much as we do. And therefore, in this day and age of social media, where there's unrealistic expectations of things must just be, and the things you see on social media is what people want you to see, not necessarily the reality of what actually is. Because often the reality is something that they don't even want to face themselves. So they use social media as an escape tool to deal with what's coming or what could be. And to Amanda's point, they have the desire, and as a result of abuse, as a result of trauma, as a result of issues within their lives, they look for a portal, I would like to call it, of validation. And this portal is social media. Because many people, if you remember 3 weeks ago, we spoke about intrinsic and extrinsic validation, where people want to have a acknowledgement of things they do. So people do exercise because they want people to acknowledge that they've done exercise, and they post it on an app called Strava. And people will go, so I do my exercise on my smartwatch, records it, uploads to an app called Strava, and people then go onto my Strava and like it. It's called Kudos. Kudos, Kudos. Many people go and check that Kudos regularly. Oh, did you see? I got 20 Kudos. Oh, wow, great. Or they post something on social media, and they want to see how many likes people have given them, how many comments do they have. It's a sense of validation. It's a sense of external validation that people have acknowledged me. People have given me the recognition that I exist because you've liked my post. You've acknowledged that I am around. And therefore, when you see me, I am deserving of your acknowledgement. Again, I am entitled to it because you like my post. Well, it makes one almost believe that when I'm around people, I am entitled to certain things by virtue of my social media status. We foster the sense of belief that we are a public figure, that people want to be around us because of, as an example, I've got 5,000 people on my Facebook, so I must be popular. People must want to be around me. I'm entitled to an easy passage when I walk into a space because I know so many people. Nonsense. Absolute nonsense. Just because I have so many people on my Facebook doesn't mean I'm entitled to anything. There's that constant sense of comparison between what someone else's social media is doing and what my social media is doing. And we build our lives around other people's social media. Hence this false sense, what I'd like to call a false sense of success. That unless I'm driving the latest car, unless I have the latest X1Z, I have arrived. What you don't know is how much debt it's cost me. And monthly, it's costing me to be in that space, to show that I've arrived. How many people you don't know where they stay? You've never been to their homes, but you think they are successful. Because all you're seeing, I'll use a running analogy. At a running race, you see all these people pull up in these fancy cars. They've got the most expensive shoes. They've got an amazing watch. They got the latest gear. They maybe run a good time, maybe not. That's irrelevant. But you see these people starting their stuff. And you think, wow, this person must. Meantime, they're in LSM3. They live in a ghetto. But you think this person has arrived and you think this person is so successful, yet they are knee deep in debt. Because they're buying everything on credit to show people that they are successful, that they have arrived, that things are hip and happening, and don't worry, I'm the guy. And therefore, I'm entitled to your respect. I'm entitled and needing your appreciation. And as a result, when they post, you are going to like their post because now, wow, this guy is successful. He's got everything. He's got a fancy car. He's got a smartwatch, great smartwatch. He's running in the latest shoes. If he's running or she's running a great time, wow, now we're talking. But how long is that going to last? Person gets injured, game over. Sorry, my friend, time to move on. Yet we forget about the impact that it has on our lives. The design of social media platforms encourages the constant pursuit of attention. It leads us to feel that we are entitled just because we're online. Because I have a social media presence, people must like my stuff. As Rene says, you post what people want you to see, what you want them to see. 500% Rene. I agree with you. You post on social media and you make it look all sexy because you believe that's what people want to see. But how real is it? How real is your social media platform if you are using social media? A couple of weeks ago, I took a group of people on a cycling tour, and I said to one dude, I can't find you anywhere. He said, what do you mean? I said, you're an IT specialist. You don't have a LinkedIn account, you don't have a Facebook account, you don't have a YouTube account, you don't have a TikTok, you don't have an Instagram. He's like, and? I'm like, how do you know what's happening? He said, I do. I just don't need social media to tell me. I read newspapers. I listen to people's conversations. I engage with people. Because social media clouds us to believe that what you're seeing is real. And therefore we're entitled to the respect that people want us to have. The consequences, therefore, are very dysfunctional relationships. Very dysfunctional. Because we get caught up in this toxic and unproductive interactions where we kind of want to argue with people about things because no. My social media has got more people than yours. And I'm a bigger personality than you because I've got 50,000 followers and I have 20,000 likes and I've got 10,000 clicks and I've got so much conversion rate. This is the stuff people talk about. And they say, no, you need to listen to me, my friend. Listen to the words I'm saying. You need to listen to me because I know I've got it right. And all that leads to is us not doing a simple thing. Evaluating ourselves and looking in the mirror.
This is Afrikaap Radio, playing the music 24/7 on your dial.
A wise man once said, "Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It's the courage to continue that counts." This is Walk to Wellness with Alton Davids, right here on Afrikaap Radio.
All right, good afternoon, good evening, good morning. If you've just tuned in, my name's Alton. This is Walk to Wellness, brought to you by All My Sports SA. And we're having a conversation around entitlement. My good friend Wayne McKay says, great topic, Alton. It's been a minute, my good man. We need to do a cuppa at some point. Shannon on Facebook says, it isn't people's insecurities that they yearn for acknowledgement. Isn't that people's insecurities that they yearn for acknowledgement or entitlement? 100%. So I want to shift focus slightly and bring it more home. I want to talk about entitlement in terms of a relationship. We spoke about that wonderful term called narcissists. But earlier, now I want to look at a sense of what your partner feels in a space of entitlement. So demanding special treatment, expecting others to be there for them and do things and show little gratitude, and need a constant admiration for the few things that they do is one aspect. It's behaviors like this that stem from unsatisfied desires, unsatisfied needs, trauma, childhood experiences that led them to want to be in control. Remember that when something happens to you, you retaliate and you build that wall, that onion experience I spoke about earlier, where we have layers upon layers upon layers upon layers to protect our most innermost space. And unless we unwrap those layers and allow people in, nobody's ever going to come close to us. And in this space of entitlement, that particular person believes that they deserve special treatment, special privileges, without having to earn them. They have this unrealistic expectation that you are just there for them. Your sole purpose in this life is to be there for them. It's that power imbalance, I'd like to call it, of where they believe they have in a game of clever just, it's called the truth card. It's that cards that hold the power. And these people often believe that they hold the power. And in a circle of abuse, it's as a result of various things that they hold the power. So they feel they have the sense of entitlement because they control you. Whether it be financial abuse in terms of you need them for sustainability, whether it's in terms of a physical abuse, emotional abuse, whatever type of abuse is one way that these people feel that sense of entitlement that they can control you because you need them, not they need you. They need you or you need them for whatever you want to do. It's not the other way around. So you have that, they have that sense of control. They have that sense of belief that you are going to do everything within your power to satisfy them because you need them. It's that feeling of even though you're angry, you can't really show it because you've got to be submissive. You've got to show gratitude. You've got to be around this person for whatever reason. And that keeps that circle of trauma just going round and round and round. It gives us that unrealistic expectation that our partner at some point is going to change. Yet they want the undeserving love and undeserving attention and support without reciprocation. Because they believe that you don't need it. You are undeserving almost of their love and attention. Coming back to the definition of a narcissist. where they are in control. They want everything to happen according to their schedule and their plan. They constantly believe that their own needs are more important than yours. Their own needs are more important than yours. There's a message on the what does it say here? I avoid conversation with people that feel that they know everything, because I know anything you have to contribute to the conversation will not be heard because they are always right. So I keep quiet and listen and respond when I'm included. The power balance imbalances are hectic. Anyone that exacerbates this type of behavior, I move away from. Sorry to say I block you because I can see right through the facade. You are trying to display all the nice and good behavior, but really you are not. That sums it up. People have this full sense of bravado, this full sense of belief that they are in control. They have this, they don't show any appreciation for what you do. They don't show any acknowledgement for bending over backwards. They don't show any acknowledgement of you going the extra mile to be kind to them, to be at their beck and call. And as a result of that, one thing you do wrong leads to an aggressive response. It leads to a person being sulky. It leads to a person feeling and making you feel unloved, unappreciated, unimportant, and certainly useless. That power imbalance, whether it be male or female, because yes, females also do this. It's not just a male thing. In one hand, I think it's as a result of society's belief that these things are real and are expected to happen. In the sense that patriarchy and religion has shaped society in a huge way. And I've nailed my mask to the cross many times, my colors to the cross many times in this regard. That society is shaped as the result of religion way back, and in the late 70s to early 80s with the women's movement, it has shifted the power balance, but not significantly. However, it's only in certain dimensions where that has happened. And as a result of that, this power imbalance gives us that sense of false belief. It makes us believe that we are all powerful. It makes us unappreciated, makes us feel useless, and causes our walls to rise because, again, we are unloved, we are unappreciated, and therefore I have that sense of abandonment again. Now it's real. Now it's real because now I'm feeling like you don't want me around you. I'm your servant. I'm only here to please you. Is that something that happens? Or am I just smoking my socks? It then results in a fair amount of abuse of whatever kind. There are four potential solutions to this. One is to try and understand the other person's behavior. Try and find possible solutions. One of it is definitely not staying out of their way. Because not being around results in them believing that you've abandoned them too. Which is ultimately part of their biggest challenge and their biggest fear is being alone. So they use the power that they have, that they're entitled to have, by virtue of us giving it to them. We give it to them on a silver plate and say, here you go. Thank you, my boss. Tell me what you want me to do. And you fuel that fire so significantly that it almost consumes you and I. Because we are fueling the fire that is giving them the power that drives us, that drives them to want to dictate more and more and more. Because it is that power that shapes them and gives them that power. It allows us to make it happen. Shannon asked, why do societies feel that they're entitled? What is the root of this entitlement? Shannon, from my perspective, I think the root of this entitlement is as a result of classism on one end. Classism in the sense where we have different levels of organization, different levels of economic power, and the people, as I spoke about earlier, this LSM system that was designed many years ago. LSM 1 is someone who earns no money. LSM 10 is the most highest paid people in the world. So in between we have this discrepancy of various LSMs. And often you talk about in a business space, where do you want to pitch your business? Who's your clientele? Is your clientele, and forgive me, but I'm gonna use a simple example of a supermarket. Okay? So for no advertising to any supermarket, Boxer and the USAVE is a LSM 1, 2, and 3. ShopRite is a 4, 5, and 6. Middle. Okay? Pick and Pay pitches itself as a 6, 7. Woolworths pitches as a 7, 8, 9. Yet it's not an exclusive thing where people who are an LSM 3 don't go to Woolworths. Or people who are an LSM 10 don't go to a Boxer purely because they're shrewd enough to want to save money and buy the same product at a lower price. It's not an exclusive thing. But the sense of entitlement is when this LSM 8 call it LSM 8 person walks into Boxer, they don't want to stand in this queue because it's beneath him. Why would I, coming to a Boxer in my Porsche, because now I have this extrinsic validation of driving a Porsche, and people must know that I drive a Porsche, and I have money, so I pull up in this Porsche and I want to park right in front. I'm going to Boxer because I want to buy macaroni at $17.50 a pack as opposed to Pick and Pay at $19.50. It's bizarre. I know people who do that. I know people who make a list and they'll drive to one shop because that's a special on 3 items, and they'll drive to another shop for another special. Be that as it may. They walk into this Boxer and they buy the stuff, and believe me, they feel that they can go right to the front of the queue because their money is better than the other person. That is, in essence, a sense of entitlement. Because I have more, I deserve more, and I am entitled to get it. So to come back to how we need to how we need to diffuse this whole thing about this issue of power is to try and communicate your feelings and your expectations and try and make the person understand it. And immediately you're going to shoot me down and say, I've done that. It's hard. But the person doesn't laugh. The person laughs and says, yeah, okay, I hear you. They hear you and nothing ever happens. Because again, they have that sense of grandiose believing that they are superior. That sense of belief that you are beneath me. And often if you look at relationships, it boils down to class in this particular example. That because you come from a lower class than me, as much as I love you, don't misunderstand me. I love you with all my heart, but you're not my level. You're working class, I'm a middle class. But I've fallen for you and we're in love and we're happy. But by virtue of my pay check, you are beneath me. Therefore, you will do what I need. And we don't set that boundaries and make it clear to say, no. You and I in this together. It's not a you in charge and a me subservient. It's a us. It's a us. It's a connected thing because you and I build this thing together. And therefore, it gives us that full sense of hope that things will be better. We have that sense of reciprocity where we where things don't happen the way we wanted to, because we're too afraid. We're too afraid for evaluation. We're too afraid of self-reflection.
Gonna make a change for once in my life. It's gonna feel real good. Gonna make a difference. Gonna make it right. As I turn up the collar on my favorite winter coat, this wind is blowing my mind. I see the kids in the street, but not enough to eat. Who am I to be blind, pretending not to see their need? I saw us disregard a broken bottle top and a one-man soul. They follow each other or know when you know, 'cause they got nowhere to go. That's why I want you to know I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways, and no message could have been any clearer. If you wanna make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make a change. Somebody's broken heart and washed out the tears. They follow the pattern of the wind to sea. 'Cause they got no place to be. That's why I'm starting with me. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. And no message could have been. If you wanna make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make a change. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking you to change his ways. And no message can get any clearer. If you wanna make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make that change. Starting with the man in the mirror. Asking you to change his ways. No message can get any clearer. If you wanna make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make a change. Gotta get it right while you got the time. So you close your heart, then you close your mind. That man, that's with that man. That man, that man, that makes that man, that man, if you wanna make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make that change. Na 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 na. Gonna make a change. It's gonna feel real good. Sure. Change. Just live yourself. You know. You got to stop it. You're
wise man once said, "Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It's the courage to continue that counts." This is Walk to Wellness with Alton Davids, right here on Afrikaap Radio.
Welcome back. If you've just tuned in, we are coming almost to the end of the show. We're talking about entitlement. And good evening and good morning to those folks in New Zealand, Charmaine and John in a car in New Zealand. Thank you for tuning in. You missed a significant part, but I know that you will go back and listen to it again, because that's how you are on with the show. So thank you for tuning in and catching the last little bit. I want to try and wrap up, because I know some of us need to go to bed and some of us have things to do. I have not even gone through everything that I had kind of jotted down. So I go through a list and I put together a list of things that I want to kind of highlight. And I didn't get to all of it because I got carried away as usual. But we won't be back next week. Like I said, I'm traveling next week. I'll be back the following week with Natasha, our lawyer, and we'll talk on a range of different topics. But let's get back. You see, again, my trajectory is moving off. So if you look at entitlement, it's the belief of having something that is not yours, that you are not entitled to. The Afrikaans word is hulle gun my. They're not giving it to me because it's not yours. You are demanding it by virtue of a range of things, by virtue of your belief that you have it. It's by virtue of your belief that it's something that you do. Jill says on Facebook, is it not preference? I hate lines. I like going into a store and that is clean and neat. That is my choice. It's not about my feeling of superior. It's a personal choice. 100% Jill. You're going into a shop to avoid the queues. It doesn't mean that you are entitled to jump the queue. And I get your point. You go into a shop where there are less queues. Woolworths has more queues than a Boxer. If you go at 10 o'clock in the morning, because everybody else is working. And if you're able to do that, then go for it. The point I made there was that just because you have more than somebody else does not mean that you are entitled to demand it, or it should be given to you by virtue of your stature, by virtue of what you have, by virtue of what you drive, by virtue of what you are wearing. Success is not fatal. It's the courage to continue every single day. It's the courage to get up and realize that I am infallible. It's understanding that I am uniquely shaped and have a purpose. And my purpose is to be a positive influence in other people's lives. That, for me, sums up what I think we are placed on this earth to do. And we have this belief that others owe us, some of us. The world owes us because we were abused. The world owes us because of apartheid. The world owes us because of whatever you think you can, whatever justification you may have for what's happened. So as a result of that, now you expect things to be given to you. You expect things to be done for you purely because it is you. No, it's not you. It's merely what needs to happen as the result of. So entitlement is a mental thing. It starts in the head where we believe that others will give us. We believe that others will do. Others will accept. it takes away the gratitude and accountability that we have for our own behaviors when we expose ourselves for someone who is wanting to feel the sense of entitlement, the sense of people just being there for me. We lose the moments of self-reflection. Like Michael Jackson said, we need to start with the man in the mirror or the woman in the mirror, where we evaluate ourselves and unpack that space and see where we are. Self-reflection is one of the biggest challenges, but the most rewarding tools on planet Earth. My perspective. It's the most challenging because it opens up a whole new world without you realizing it. I read a book many years ago called The Man in the Mirror. It's a Christian book written for men by men on different topics. On as an example, if your wife earns more than you, how would you treat it? So it's an interesting book, but it shapes your brain. And in that same vein, unless we look and have introspective and find the why are you doing it? What is the purpose? Is it for external gratification? Is it for an extrinsic reward of money or recognition, social media exposure, whatever it may be? It's how we perceive ourselves and how we position ourselves in this time and space. It's about creating that nuance of changing the narrative that has been created for us, by us, and sometimes to us. Because if you look at the narrative, as I said earlier, we cannot control what other people do. We can only control what is within our control and how we manage it. There are times when you get into a difficult situation and you don't know how to deal with it because someone else's behavior or comments has thrown you off guard. And sometimes we just need to take that step back and survey the landscape and see what's there. Listen to understand before responding. And try and understand where it's coming from, the tone, the action, the belief system behind it, before we make A, conclusions, B, decisions, and C, actions. Because once we understand this whole sense of entitlement, this whole sense of how people see things, how people understand things, and how people react to things, it opens a whole new world of relationships with people. Because suddenly we realize that I'm not the only one on planet Earth. I'm not the only person with problems. I'm not the only person who's been traumatized. Whether it's a physical, mental, spiritual, emotional, financial trauma. I'm not the only person that's been abused. I'm not the only person that has been abandoned. I'm not the only person who has a low self-esteem. But it doesn't entitle me to behave in a bad way, in an antisocial space, where others will not want to be in my space. So in your times of reflection, make a list of the people closest to you. And look at that list and see, from your perspective, you think they're the closest to you. How often do you make contact with them? And how often do they make contact with you? Because that's the next part of the conundrum. From our perspective, we think these people are, what's this thing? BFFs, best friends forever. From their perspective, you're just an acquaintance. You're only there because they want something or they need something or you exercise together. Are you entitled to their time? And how much of their time do you get? Because you believe that they are at your beck and call because you have time together. So when you're not together, you still expect that time. That's a sense of entitlement that you have. That these people must give you. No, nobody must give you nothing. It's a privilege and honor to spend time with people. My perspective. It's not, it shouldn't be taken for granted, and it shouldn't be taken lightly that if I phone you and I ask for time, you will automatically grant it to me. That is that sense of entitlement that because I'm phoning or because I'm messaging, you must. No, I don't must nothing. Neither must you nothing either. It's a shared reciprocal responsibility that we have towards each other of connecting, sharing, and giving. It's about building that two-way street of sharing, caring, and respect. It's about building the space where I feel comfortable, where I'm able to take my jacket off, I'm able to take those layers off, and be able to engage with you in deeper things in life. Things that have matter, things that have purpose in my world. And to Rene's point, you shouldn't be entitled to that. You should be deserving of that. You should be deserving of someone sharing their time, their thoughts, their emotions with you. Just because I'm in your space doesn't make you entitled or make me feel I'm entitled to that, to get it from you. Just because I'm in your space. I need to earn that ability and deserve that privilege to share in that personal time with you. And that's the challenge, is that we all have that sense of entitlement. We all have that sense of belief that we are because of what we have. We are because of what we do. Shannon says, in my opinion, a healthy balance of managing needs and respecting others is part of the development of myself and others. Entitlement may be coming from a lack of this balance and manifest as an inflated sense of needing special treatment and perhaps being selfish. At its core, society believes that entitlement is the belief that you deserve special treatment or privileges, often without earning them. Don't think it can manifest as expecting others to meet your expectations. It is not an insecurity, and we don't even know or realize it. What about the expectations of others in our spaces? How do we deal with that? Are we entitled to what we want from others? What we want or what we want in a partner, what we yearn for in our children, our finances, our dreams, our visions, even our mental capacity, etc. Alternate topic of entitlement, is it a want or a need? Perhaps the need of special treatment, or is it that people have a sense of entitlement? Is it a validation of something we are lacking and should know? Is it our own insecurities that you are questioning? Your self-worth? Does the person who feels they should be entitled know what comes with it? Because of every action it comes with an equal and opposite reaction. Shannon, you raise lots of things. Firstly, it's a balanced approach we need to have. We need to earn the respect of people who we support and love. Second paragraph, you speak about the insecurity and how it manifests. Yes, insecurity is a real thing. All of us are insecure. One of the conversations I had today with someone was around if you question him too much, he backs off because he's feeling threatened that you are questioning his ability to do his job. So, and that stems way back into his childhood, where he was told to keep quiet, don't ask questions, you know nothing. So many times in life, our adulthood has been shaped by what has been coming from our childhood. And unless we delve back down into the childhood and unpack it, that sense of entitlement is there because we believe we have achieved, coming out of this negative space, and coming out of the space of trauma that we may or may not have dealt with. So it is a flight or fight response to, to counter it by putting up this box that no one comes close to us. But in the same vein, by us doing that, we often ostracize people and push people away from us because we believe that nobody's going to come close to me. No one's going to hurt me again. No one's going to challenge me. And therefore, I keep my distance from everybody. And I have that sense of entitlement that I am right. I am and will always be right because I believe that what I've done is in the best interest of me. And that has resulted in many of us ending up being lonely. It resulted in many of us yearning for personal comfort, personal attention, and personal belief that others will be there for us. I know many people who can't be without a partner. And as soon as one relationship ends, within the next month or two, they'll have a new person. Because they have that sense of entitlement that I'm beautiful. And someone needs to be with me. Someone needs to care for me. Someone needs to shape me. Someone needs to do things for me. No, my friend. You need to find yourself in that mirror. Evaluate yourself. Unpack it. Clean it up. And then put yourself on the market for a friendship building into whatever. But it's about understanding what makes me, what shapes me, what drives me, what motivates me. And ultimately, what is my reason for living? What is my why? Why am I doing what I do? What gets me out of bed each day? And how do I do things differently? What makes my world tick? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for being part of the show. My name is Alton David. I will see you in 2 weeks' time with Natasha. I'll be playing out with this song. Because this song is all about us as a collective building this world into a better place. Because we are the world. Ciao for now. See you next week. Ciao for now. See you in 2 weeks'
There comes a time when we heed a certain call, when the world must come together as one. There are people dying. Oh, when it's time to lend a hand to life, the greatest gift of all. Go on, pretending day by day that someone somewhere will soon make a change. We are a part of God's great big family. And the truth, you know, love is all we need. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who make it brighter day. So let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our lives. It's true, we make a better day. Just you and me. Well, send them your heart so they know that someone cares, and their lives will be stronger and free. As God has shown us by turning stone to bread, and so we all must lend a helping hand. We are the world. We are the children. We are the one to make a brighter day. So let's start giving. Oh, there's a choice we're making. We're saving our lives. Each do we make a better day. Come on, now, let me hear you. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who make a better day. So let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're seeing our lives. It's true, we make a better day. Just you and me. Yeah. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who make a better day. So let's start giving. There's a choice for me. Yeah, we're saving our own lives. It's true, we make a better day. We are the ones who make a better day. So let's start giving. We are the world. We are the children. So we are the ones that make our day. So let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we make a better day. Just you and me.
A wise man once said, "Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It's the courage to continue that counts." Walk to Wellness with Alton Davids, right here on Afrikaap Radio.
Thank you, everybody. Ciao.